There is a law of divine compensation in the world of business that rewards those who labor with faith, persistence, and wholehearted commitment. Understand this. The world does not give its treasures to the timid or the distracted. The universe responds to your intensity, your focus, and your willingness to give more than anyone else. To outwork everyone is not merely a call to labor with your hands or mind, it is a call to align your inner spirit with the outer action. The one who rises before the sun, who labors when others rest, who keeps their vision clear and their heart unshaken by temporary setbacks, draws to themselves the invisible forces that make all things possible. Many stumble in business because they rely on luck, timing, or the approval of others. But know this, luck is the residue of divine preparation. Opportunity comes to those who have prepared themselves in every possible way. If you wish to triumph where others fail, you must be willing to stretch your energy, your intellect, and your courage beyond ordinary limits. The road will demand more of you than you ever imagined, yet it is precisely in these moments that the universe tests your faith. Faith is not idle hope. It is a knowing that your efforts, when coupled with persistence and clarity of purpose, are never wasted. Every extra hour, every additional effort, every ounce of concentration invested is a seed sown in the fertile soil of success. Outworking everyone is not merely physical, it is mental and spiritual. The mind must be disciplined, refusing to entertain doubt or distraction. Thoughts are things, and the thoughts you nurture will become the architecture of your reality. Picture clearly the outcome you desire, and then act as if it is already yours. Let your imagination be the blueprint, and your labor the construction. Many falter because they allow their minds to wander into fear, envy, or procrastination. Such thoughts are thieves of your energy. Guard your mind as you would guard a treasure, for it is the source from which all victories flow. When you focus with unwavering attention, your actions gain force, and the unseen energies of the universe align to assist your cause. Remember, abundance favors the active. The one who waits passively for fortune to knock upon the door will often be disappointed. There is no substitute for action, for sweat, for the willingness to give more than anyone else is giving. Yet action alone is not enough. There must be harmony between your work and your inner guidance. Listen to the still small voice within, for it whispers instructions that can save you from wasted effort. The universe is generous to those who act decisively, yet intelligently. Outworking everyone does not mean chaos or blind toil. It means focused, consistent, inspired action that never ceases to push the boundaries of what is possible. In your journey, you will face competitors, obstacles, and challenges that seem insurmountable. Do not be dismayed. Every difficulty is an opportunity to strengthen your skill, refine your strategy, and demonstrate the resilience of your spirit. The world does not measure effort in mere hours. It measures it in devotion, intensity, and the refusal to surrender to mediocrity. Be relentless, yet graceful. Persist, yet adaptable. There is a rhythm to labor that, when harmonized with your faith and vision, creates a momentum that propels you beyond ordinary achievement. The person who outworks everyone is not only building a business, they are shaping destiny itself. Wealth, success, and recognition flow to those who dare to give more than is asked, who stay longer, think harder, and love what they are building with an unyielding passion. Do not resent the effort required, celebrate it, for it is the proving ground of your power, the crucible in which your character and your fortune are forged. Every early morning, every late night, every extra mile, every thoughtful innovation adds invisible weight to your achievement, drawing the unseen blessings that belong to you. Remember, the universe never fails the faithful who are willing to act. Outwork everyone not for competition, but for mastery of self, for alignment with your highest vision, for the expression of your divine capacity. Your labor must be accompanied by clarity of intention, for vague effort is like a rudderless ship drifting, wasting energy, never reaching its harbor. See the success you desire as already yours. Speak it in your words, feel it in your heart, and act with the assurance that it is only a matter of time before manifestation occurs. The road may be long, but the one who outworks everyone does not measure the distance, they measure the devotion, the persistence, the faith that each action is drawing them closer to the realization of their dreams. It is not a question of how hard others are working, it is a question of how fully, how sincerely, and how intelligently you are giving yourself to the task at hand. The world yields to those who are tireless, focused, and guided by higher wisdom. There is a law in the world of business and life that responds to preparation, persistence, and purposeful action. Those who succeed are not necessarily the most talented or the luckiest. They are the ones who understand that every great achievement begins with deliberate preparation and continues through relentless effort. When you rise early, plan carefully, and dedicate yourself to giving more than anyone else, you are aligning with forces that move unseen but are infinitely responsive to earnest labor. The universe rewards those who take responsibility for their destiny, who refuse to leave their success to chance, and who are willing to work with a devotion that surpasses ordinary effort. To outwork everyone is to recognize that success is a product of not just action, but action combined with clarity, focus, and faith. The person who prepares diligently, anticipates challenges, and cultivates the skills needed to overcome them, draws opportunities toward themselves in ways that appear almost magical. Preparation is more than simply acquiring knowledge. It is an attunement of mind, body, and spirit to the work that lies ahead. It is the cultivation of habits, the honing of skill, and the consistent application of energy in alignment with a clear vision. Those who neglect preparation often find themselves overwhelmed when opportunity arises, unready to seize what the world offers. Yet the one who prepares knows that every effort, no matter how small, builds a foundation for eventual triumph. Every extra hour spent studying, every moment devoted to refining technique, every act of dedication that exceeds the ordinary contributes to an invisible reservoir of momentum. In business, as in life, this invisible force is often the difference between mediocrity and mastery. Outworking everyone means more than simply working longer hours. It means working smarter, with intention, and with the willingness to surpass expectations. Many falter because they measure effort in comparison to others rather than by the fullness of their own commitment. True diligence is measured by your own capacity to give, by your own refusal to settle for less than your best. Those who give only the minimum attract minimum results, but those who give beyond expectation set themselves apart, drawing resources, allies, and opportunities that are invisible to the casual observer. There is also a spiritual dimension to preparation and labor. When your effort is aligned with a higher purpose, when your work is not motivated merely by profit or recognition, but by a desire to create value and fulfill your calling, it resonates on a level beyond the material. The universe responds to sincerity, consistency, and intensity of purpose. Those who labor with integrity, who push beyond personal comfort, and who do so with joy and confidence, find that obstacles diminish in proportion to their devotion. They discover solutions that were hidden, allies who appear at the right moment, and insights that guide them past what would otherwise be insurmountable barriers. Relentless action also requires courage, the courage to begin where others hesitate, to persist when others rest, and to continue when doubt threatens to paralyze. Fear is the companion of those who wait, who hesitate, who measure themselves against others rather than against their own potential. Courage is the companion of those who act with faith, who prepare for every eventuality, and who give more than is required, trusting that effort compounded over time produces results beyond imagination. Many misunderstand the nature of outworking. They think it is purely physical, a matter of hours and sweat, yet it is equally a matter of mental and emotional discipline. The mind must remain focused, resilient, and optimistic, refusing to dwell on failure or envy. Energy dissipated in worry, hesitation, or comparison is energy lost. The one who outworks everyone preserves their vitality, channels it toward constructive action, and protects it with clarity of thought and vision. Persistence is the bridge between preparation and success. Every setback is a lesson, every delay an opportunity to refine strategy, every challenge a test of endurance. Those who understand this continue to labor with purpose even when results are not immediate, knowing that the law of compensation operates quietly and continuously. Outworking everyone is also a practice in humility and self-mastery. It is a recognition that the universe operates according to laws that are impartial and consistent, and that mastery of self is the prerequisite for mastery of circumstance. You cannot command results if your own focus is scattered. You cannot attract abundance if your mind is cluttered with doubt or distraction. Therefore, preparation is both external and internal, developing skills, acquiring knowledge, planning action, and cultivating the inner strength to persist, to endure, and to persevere with unwavering faith. To outwork everyone is to embrace discomfort, to welcome challenge, and to find joy in the process of growth. Those who achieve greatness understand that temporary hardship, extended hours, and intense focus are not burdens to be endured, but instruments of transformation. The act of labor itself, when approached with intelligence and devotion, shapes character, builds resilience, and opens doors that might otherwise remain closed. There is a rhythm to this relentless work, a cadence of effort and reflection, action and adjustment, learning and application. It is not chaos or aimless activity, but a steady, deliberate, and disciplined pursuit of excellence. Those who are consistent, who rise each day with renewed purpose, who tackle tasks with vigor, and who persist even when discouraged, discover that they begin to move faster, see further, and achieve more than their peers. Their diligence creates momentum, their faith strengthens resolve, and their preparation ensures that they are ready for opportunity when it comes. The world may celebrate talent, luck, or inspiration, but the true measure of lasting success is the combination of preparation, relentless effort, and intelligent application. Outworking everyone requires the courage to face the long hours, the discipline to maintain focus, the vision to see beyond immediate results, and the faith to trust in the unseen forces that reward steadfast labor. Every extra effort is a declaration of commitment, every hour of additional work, a seed sown into the fertile soil of achievement, and every act of perseverance, a step toward the realization of your highest purpose. The mind, the spirit, and the body must act in harmony, directed by a clear understanding of what is to be accomplished. When preparation and effort are united, the results are unstoppable. The world bends toward those who refuse to be deterred, who embrace responsibility for their destiny, and who labor with an intensity that outshines ordinary effort. Outworking everyone is not merely an action, it is a way of life, a philosophy of persistence, a spiritual practice of aligning effort with vision, faith, and purpose. It is the conscious decision to give more, endure more, and rise above the ordinary in order to claim what is rightfully within reach of the diligent, the prepared, and the faithful. The mind is the architect of destiny, and in the realm of business and success, mental mastery is the cornerstone upon which all achievement is built. To outwork everyone externally, one must first outwork oneself internally, cultivating focus, clarity, and an unwavering vision of the outcome desired. Thoughts are the invisible forces that shape reality, and every thought nurtured in the mind carries a vibration that attracts circumstances in harmony with its nature. Those who allow doubt, fear, or distraction to linger within their minds inadvertently create barriers to success. Conversely, those who discipline their thoughts, concentrate their mental energy on a clear vision, and feed their imagination with positive, constructive ideas, create a magnetic field that draws opportunities, resources, and allies into their orbit. Focus is not merely a technique, it is a spiritual principle. The universe responds to clarity of intention, and energy follows thought. When you picture the success you seek with vivid detail, feel it with intensity, and act in alignment with that vision, you are harmonizing your inner world with the outer reality. Many struggle because they attempt to act without a clear picture, scattering their efforts across multiple directions, diluting their energy, and confusing the law that governs the manifestation of desire. A concentrated mind moves mountains. A distracted mind is like a ship without a rudder, at the mercy of currents and winds. Discipline of the mind requires practice and consistency. It is cultivated by training oneself to reject negative chatter, to refuse the temptation to compare oneself with others, and to remain steadfast in the pursuit of one's own goals. Mental discipline is not rigid. It is flexible, resilient, and alert. It allows the individual to respond to challenges intelligently while remaining anchored in the vision of success. Outworking everyone mentally means thinking longer, harder, and more creatively than your peers. It means seeking solutions where others see problems, envisioning possibilities where others see limitations, and nurturing ideas with the same intensity with which one applies physical effort. The mind must become a laboratory for innovation, a sanctuary for concentration, and a garden for the seeds of opportunity. Visualization is a powerful instrument in the mastery of the mind. To see the end result as already accomplished is to set in motion the invisible forces that work to bring that vision into tangible reality. The images you hold in your mind, the feelings you cultivate, and the certainty with which you claim your goals all act as signals to the universe that your desires are prepared to be manifested. Many falter because they underestimate the power of visualization and intention, dismissing it as wishful thinking rather than understanding it as the alignment of spiritual and material forces. A focused vision directs not only your actions, but also the response of circumstances around you. When your mind is clear, your energy is concentrated, and your purpose is definite, obstacles are no longer walls but stepping stones, and every challenge becomes an opportunity to refine skill, deepen understanding, and strengthen resolve. Mental mastery also requires the cultivation of resilience in the face of discouragement. Thoughts of doubt and fear are natural companions, but they must be recognized, addressed, and transformed into constructive reflections. The person who outworks everyone mentally is vigilant, refusing to allow discouragement to take root, instead transforming each difficulty into a lesson, each criticism into insight, and each temporary setback into motivation for renewed effort. The quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your results. As you feed your mind with positive, solution-oriented, and imaginative ideas, you create a fertile soil from which extraordinary achievements grow. Conversely, indulgence in negative, fearful, or envious thoughts stifles growth, dissipates energy, and attracts experiences that mirror the limitations entertained within. Focused attention is the currency of achievement. Where attention goes, energy flows, and where energy flows, manifestation occurs. The one who outworks everyone channels this energy with deliberate purpose, concentrating on what is necessary, eliminating distractions, and continually realigning action with vision. This requires a daily practice of awareness, mindfulness, and commitment. It is not enough to act mechanically. Action must be directed by a mind that is clear, inspired, and unwavering. Persistence of thought is as important as persistence of action. The universe rewards not only the diligent hand, but also the steadfast mind. The one who maintains focus despite discouragement, who continues to hold the vision alive in the heart and mind, and who refuses to yield to external or internal doubts, creates a momentum that propels them forward in ways invisible to ordinary observers. Mental mastery also involves the refinement of judgment and discernment. The person who outworks everyone understands that every decision, every strategy, and every plan must be weighed with intelligence, foresight, and alignment with the overall purpose. Rash, impulsive, or scattered thinking dissipates energy and invites failure, whereas careful, deliberate, and well-considered mental effort multiplies the impact of every action. The mind must be trained to anticipate obstacles, devise creative solutions, and maintain flexibility without losing sight of the ultimate goal. Emotional control is intertwined with mental mastery. Fear, impatience, anger, and doubt are energies that cloud judgment and weaken focus. The person who outworks everyone cultivates equanimity, transforming emotion into fuel for constructive action rather than allowing it to distract or diminish effort. Confidence is nurtured not in the absence of difficulty, but in the ability to remain centered, focused, and committed despite challenge. Outworking everyone mentally is therefore a holistic practice. It is the alignment of thought, feeling, and intention in the service of a clearly defined goal. It is the cultivation of a mindset that sees possibility in every situation, embraces responsibility for outcomes, and channels all mental faculties toward the manifestation of success. This requires daily discipline, continuous vigilance, and an unwavering belief in the power of the mind to shape reality. Many are content to act mechanically, to follow routine, or to rely on luck, but true mastery, true outworking, occurs when the mind is fully engaged, fully alive, and fully aligned with vision. The mental labor of planning, strategizing, imagining, and refining is as vital as the physical labor of executing tasks. Together, they create a synergy that allows the individual to move faster, see further, and accomplish more than the average person. The mind is both compass and engine. It directs, powers, and sustains every effort. Without its mastery, even the longest hours of work may yield mediocre results. With its mastery, even limited time can produce extraordinary outcomes. To outwork everyone is to develop a mental discipline that refuses to be distracted, a vision that refuses to be obscured, and a focus that refuses to be broken. It is the ongoing practice of seeing what others cannot see, thinking what others cannot think, and acting with a clarity and purpose that commands the cooperation of circumstances, people, and unseen forces. Mastery of mind is therefore the invisible backbone of all visible achievement, the unseen force behind every remarkable success, and the essential key to outworking, outperforming, and ultimately transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. Resilience is the unshakable foundation upon which lasting success is built. In the pursuit of achievement, challenges are inevitable, obstacles unavoidable, and setbacks frequent. Yet the individual who outworks everyone understands that each difficulty is not a signal to retreat, but an invitation to rise, to adapt, and to strengthen. True resilience is born of repeated engagement with adversity, of facing discomfort with courage, and of continuing steadfastly when circumstances seem most discouraging. The world tests those who seek greatness, not by the absence of difficulty, but by the presence of trials, and those who endure with wisdom, patience, and determination develop an inner strength that becomes a magnet for opportunity. To outwork everyone is to cultivate a spirit that refuses surrender, a heart that embraces challenge, and a mind that sees each obstacle as a stepping stone rather than a barrier. Many falter because they measure themselves against the ease of others' journeys, comparing their struggles with the apparent fortune of peers. Yet resilience is not defined by the absence of hardship, but by the quality of response to it. The person who persists, adapts, and learns in the face of difficulty is invariably the one who achieves the greatest triumphs. Obstacles refine skill, deepen understanding, and clarify purpose. Each trial presents the opportunity to develop creative solutions, to test strategies, and to grow stronger mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Those who view resistance as a teacher rather than a foe harness the hidden gifts of challenge, converting potential defeat into preparation for future victory. Consistency is the companion of resilience. It is not the occasional surge of effort, but the sustained, intelligent, and inspired labor that creates enduring results. Many begin with enthusiasm but falter when the novelty fades or when immediate results fail to appear. Outworking everyone requires the ability to maintain high levels of effort day after day, week after week, even when recognition is absent, even when progress seems slow, and even when the path appears uncertain. This consistency compounds over time, creating momentum that carries the individual beyond what casual observers imagine possible. Inspired consistency is fueled by a clear vision and a sense of purpose. The individual who understands the value of their work, who sees the greater impact of their efforts, and who remains connected to a vision larger than temporary discomfort, sustains effort with passion rather than obligation. Labor becomes joyful when it is aligned with a meaningful purpose, and the energy of purpose magnifies the effect of persistence, making seemingly impossible tasks achievable. Adaptability is a crucial aspect of resilience. Challenges often demand new approaches, creative thinking, and a willingness to shift strategy without losing sight of the ultimate goal. The person who outworks everyone remains flexible in method while unwavering in purpose, adjusting to circumstances with intelligence and grace. Resistance is not merely external, it often arises internally as fear, doubt, or impatience. True resilience involves the mastery of these internal forces, transforming them from hindrances into instruments for growth. Fear becomes a signal to prepare, doubt becomes a catalyst for reflection, and impatience becomes motivation for disciplined, deliberate action. Emotional resilience sustains mental clarity and physical stamina, allowing the individual to continue giving extraordinary effort without being derailed by transient discouragements. The journey of outworking everyone is rarely linear. It is filled with setbacks, unexpected challenges, and periods of uncertainty. Yet those who persist see that every obstacle contains within it a lesson, and every difficulty holds the seed of opportunity. By embracing challenges rather than avoiding them, the resilient individual gains experience, insight, and a depth of understanding that accelerates future success. Mentorship, learning, and observation often accompany resilience, as the one who endures is also the one who studies, seeks counsel, and applies wisdom from every available source. Knowledge becomes a tool for overcoming resistance, and experience becomes a guide that informs every subsequent decision and action. Resilience also demands patience. Results rarely manifest instantly, and the law of compensation unfolds in its own timing. The individual who outworks everyone does not measure effort by immediate reward, but by commitment to principle, mastery of craft, and alignment with purpose. Patience allows for reflection, recalibration, and the strategic application of energy, ensuring that every effort contributes to long-term achievement rather than short-term gratification. Collaboration is often enhanced by resilience. Those who persist, adapt, and maintain their integrity attract allies, resources, and support. The energy of steadfastness inspires confidence, draws cooperation, and creates a network of assistance that amplifies effort. Outworking everyone is not a solitary journey. It involves intelligent engagement with the world, the cultivation of relationships, and the ability to influence circumstances through consistent, inspired labor. Resilient individuals also embrace risk with wisdom. They understand that the path to extraordinary success involves uncertainty and potential failure, but they approach challenges with preparation, courage, and a mindset that views loss as temporary and growth as inevitable. The capacity to recover quickly, to learn from missteps, and to continue forward without hesitation distinguishes those who achieve greatness from those who falter. Physical stamina supports resilience, as consistent effort demands health, energy, and vitality. Nourishment of body, mind, and spirit ensures that labor can be sustained, focus maintained, and challenges met with vigor. Outworking everyone is therefore a holistic endeavor, integrating the physical, mental, and spiritual faculties into a cohesive force directed toward achievement. Gratitude enhances resilience by maintaining perspective and reinforcing commitment. Recognizing small victories, acknowledging progress, and appreciating the lessons hidden in adversity sustains motivation, nurtures optimism, and strengthens the resolve to continue. The resilient individual celebrates effort as much as outcome, understanding that every step forward, no matter how small, compounds over time into extraordinary results. The cultivation of resilience is continuous, requiring constant self-awareness, reflection, and adaptation. Challenges will evolve, circumstances will shift, and demands will increase. Yet the disciplined, persistent, and inspired individual continues to meet each with courage, intelligence, and unwavering commitment. Resilience is therefore both a shield and a catalyst, protecting the individual from discouragement while propelling them toward new heights of achievement. It is the hidden engine behind consistent effort, the quiet force that allows vision to become reality, and the spiritual principle that transforms labor into lasting legacy. Those who embrace resilience as a core principle understand that true success is not measured by ease, but by endurance, not by comfort, but by consistency, and not by temporary gain, but by the lasting impact of persistent, inspired, and intelligent effort. The journey demands more than talent or opportunity. It demands an unyielding commitment to rise when knocked down, to continue when others surrender, and to give more than is expected, knowing that the ultimate rewards belong to those who endure, persist, and transform every challenge into a stepping stone toward extraordinary accomplishment.